Okay, Miami fans, I think it's time we get real about Mr. Skylar Thompson. Stay tuned because in this episode, I'm going to talk about why we should still go with TUA Tagovailoa over Skylar Thompson. However, Tua's definitely treading on thin ice for sure. Get into a few things. I want to go over his stats. I want to go over what we learned from him in college as well too. Now, I have a history on this channel of covering a lot of players in college. Just this past offseason, did 17 NFL prospect interviews from Nakobe Dean, Hassan Haskins, you name it, a lot of big names. So, I'm known for digging in the crates, but I must admit, before this draft, I've never heard of Skylar Thompson. I did not in all of my research, just not enough players to research out there. Intrigued with the pick, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted us to get what's his name, Matt Ariza, the punter that Buffalo got. Calling him punt god now. But we ended up getting Skylar Thompson, and I was like, why? Why did we get him? I'm thinking depth. You know what I mean? I'm thinking like, hey, this guy could possibly be, another Matt Moore, perhaps, because Teddy's probably just going to be with us for 1 year. He's just kind of an insurance policy, right? I'm even thinking this Skylar Thompson is probably going to take and make the practice squad, But turns out he's pretty darn good. Let's look at these stats, and I'm going to go ahead and post this on the screen. In his last 2 preseason games, he's 29 for 38. 347 passing yards, 0 interceptions with a passer rating of 121.3. That's pretty darn good. And he throws down the field a lot. A lot of people who have issues with Tua, the synopsis is that he can't get the ball down the field. He doesn't have the arm strength. And part of that is, coming back from an injury. Part of that is having the worst O-line in the NFL. Part of that is having inconsistencies and having a good offensive coordinator. He's in his, 3rd offensive coordinator in 3 years, right? So there's part of that as well, too. I want to talk about the preseason game. Now, I was actually there. If you go on my YouTube channel, I was there. I saw Dan Marino show up at the game. Jalen Phillips said hi to me. Jalen Waddle said hi to me. Jerome Baker, man, I got what's up from – I was in the front row, man. So I was there. I'm watching this in person, not on TV. And I got to see Tua. I'm not going to lie. I was – Tua! Oh, my gosh! Now, I follow a lot of people on Twitter and specifically was it TD Dolphins, and that's my guy. We don't TD Fins talk, excuse me, sorry. And that's my guy. People are coming at him because he's pro Skylar Thompson. And actually, I don't blame him because I'm getting a little impatient with it as well. I felt like when the play calls I saw were just very conservative, but it was also there to protect our quarterback as well. I'm not mad at them. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to see that come week 1. I don't. I want to see the ball downfield. All the money we spent, we didn't spend us money to just be conservative. Let's open up the field. Y'all look. I don't even mind. I don't even mind that we do dump passes here and there to mix it up. But I want to see progression. I want to see this team get better. We facing off against the Pats week 1. I want to see it better. As promised, let's get it. I'm gonna post this on the screen too. These are his college stats now. 5 years college quarterback, right? A lot of injury problems. His best year was in 2019. He had 2,315 yards. Looks like he had 12 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. 135 passer rating. It's pretty darn good. 177 completions. And then his next best year was last year, 2021. 162 completions, 233 attempts. Looks like he had 2,103 yards. And looks like we had 12 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. So not bad. Low interception. I like that. He gets the ball deep downfield. Now, according to the TouchdownDoug.co.uk, no relation to the Touchdown with Doug Smith at all, my channel. His pros, it says, experience and productive QB. Requisite size and frame to be an NFL quarterback. Impervious to pressure, will sit in the pocket until walls come crumbling down. That's one thing I noticed about him. He has composure. He has composure in the pocket. I like it. Lethally accurate on anything under 20 yards. I like that. It's better than 10 yards. Smooth movement in the pocket, steps up well and throws from a solid base. has sufficient mobility to grab needed yards on the ground, willing to put his body on the line to make the line to gain. Brave runner, comes up in clutch big moments, a true fourth down master. I like it. Now let's look at the cons. Now, let me say, folks, I don't care if you're Drew Brees, Tom Brady, look, man, anybody out there, man, Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, a lot of great quarterbacks who then came and went. Everybody has their cons. They were evaluated at one point. Nobody is flawless. Andrew Luck, Joe Burrow, everybody has cons, even if it's one or two things. Cannot stay healthy. Multiple injuries throughout his time in Manhattan, including a season-ending shoulder injury in 2020. And plagued by a knee problem in 2021. That's just last year, y'all. Okay, let's stop right there before we continue. What do we have? We have Tua. Tua has history of injuries. Heck, even Teddy Bridgewater has a history of injuries, y'all. Let's continue. Arm strength, questionable on deep shots. It's complete opposite of what they said in the previous thing. And accuracy wanes beyond intermediate throws. Would like to see him deliver the ball with a little more anticipation. Needs to see it to believe it. Guilty of throwing his receivers in trouble, hospital passes, and lack of yards after contact catch opportunity. Less conviction on passes outside the numbers compared to throws over the middle. So that is Skylar Thompson. Again, I'm going to post that here on the screen. Those are his pros and cons, according to that website. Sports Illustrated also had a pros and cons on him as well. I'm going to take and say this, y'all. Let's wait and see. Just like we got to wait and see with Tua, we still got to wait and see for Skylar Thompson, okay? Look, man, I can't. It's like every year there's like a rookie or like somebody who wasn't drafted in the first 3 rounds who ends up starting, and you know, last year I think it was Mike White from the Jets. You know, he was out there doing his thing, and then he started stinking, right? But where was all that chatter that he was the next great quarterback? You know, and this year it's gonna be somebody else, possibly Skylar. Look. What I'll say is our O-line, our backup O-line, and a lot of our starters are not out there, but a lot of them are out there, right? It's like half and half in these preseason games. We don't have a lot of depth at the offensive line position, you know, whether it be tackle, guard, center. But it's gotten better. It's gotten a heck of a lot better from last year. And then Austin Jackson, he looks a heck of a lot better. A few of our players look a lot better. Have some concerns about Connor. And then we got running backs who could block that are not named Gaskin. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all, look, man, I am really freaking excited to see this Miami Dolphins season, man. Fins up. Look, I went to my first Dolphins game over the weekend. I'm still part sunburned, man. You know, I love it. But I'm gonna say this, man. After 3 games and Tua is stinking out there, and those first 3 games are going to be really tough, man. If I don't see progression, man, I don't see what's the big deal with putting Skylar Thompson in. But also, I got to see how he holds up against the Eagles, right? Because they have a lot of depth, so they're going to be actually tougher in preseason, in my opinion, than the Las Vegas Raiders. But I want to continue to see more, and I really hope that we sign this kid. He has a roster spot. I'll even take him as the second string because Teddy Bridgewater is safe. That's like the safe pick. He's insurance, right? Teddy probably to a certain extent maybe even wants to be the starter because he knows something could happen with Tua at this point of year. And then Tua needs to save his job because after this year, that's it. Tyreek Hill said it on his podcast. After this year, that is it for Tua Tagovailoa. This is it. Obviously, he's not the coach, but anything less than a playoff appearance with possibly even one victory, some people even want Super Bowl. I'll be happy with making the playoffs, right? And it being as competitive as possible. That's like my minimum. Everybody has a minimum for the Dolphins this year, and what would be acceptable for Tua Tagovailoa. You comment below. Let me know what you think. But if he doesn't, and here's the thing, I'm a Tua fan. I went out and bought the jersey, y'all. I got a $99 jersey in my bedroom right now. Actually, it's in the hamper because it's sweaty from the game this weekend. Because I wore it because I'm a fanboy. But I'm also a fan of the Miami Dolphins. I'm a Dolphins fan first. And I want our team to win first over whoever I want as our quarterback. Right now, I believe Tua is the best guy until otherwise. Okay, he had this great offseason. He has all these weapons, most accurate quarterback in the NFL. That means nothing if you're not winning games. We could talk about Kirk Cousins and how he's a statistic warrior and how he fails the Vikings, how Phillip Rivers failed the Chargers for over a decade, and they're statistic warriors. So miss me with the, oh man, well, with the stats, you know, I don't care. Win the game. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. You even say Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. It's true, right? It's true. It happened. Tua Tagovailoa is a low-risk guy, but I need to see more risk and competency at the quarterback position with him making deeper passes down the field. And I believe that will happen. He's going to take and pick them apart. I like some of the throws that I saw. They were short. They were safe. You know, I wanted to see him get a touchdown because I'm in the front row. You know, I'm in the end zone, but that's just me being greedy there. But anywho, fins up. Let me know what you guys think. I like Skylar Thompson, and I'm happy he's on our team. And folks, this is not something to argue about. When I see memes of people disrespecting TD Fins talk, look, I don't always agree with TD Fins talk, right? But he's necessary for our community because he's objective, and he's going to check your chin, you know, and he's not a yes man, right? You got somebody like Dudley Do-Wrong who, you know, he's the biggest Dolphins podcaster on the internet, right, on YouTube, and you know he's a little bit more on the positive side, but he's a realist as well too. I don't think it's worth us going to war with each other. I think we should be more unified as a fan base. You know, I think that you know, these guys have something to offer. And again, we don't have to agree with each other all the time, but these are good problems, my people. These are good problems to have. Skylar on the team this is a good thing, right? I'm not too impressed with his college stats, though I see some similarities with Tua, but it seems that he gets the ball deeper downfield. When I look at Tua, his stats are almost double. You know, it's pretty nice, you know. But I'm going to say this, man, I'm really, really, really freaking excited, man, for this Miami Dolphins season, man. Regular season is just right around the corner, man. So you guys comment below. Sorry for the long video. I see people arguing online. I'm like, hey, sounds like a great time to make a video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. Donate button is down below. Have a blessed evening.
Time to tune in. Now another sports center. It's a movement.